Hey everybody, this is round two. Sinvicta and Northernlion playing some Geoguessr. Hello, Sinvicta.
Hello, Northernlion. Congrats on game one. A
Oh,
job
thank
well
you.
done, sir. Almost 25,000, which for those of you who maybe are not familiar with GeoGuessr, is the absolute perfect score.
It's a
So
good score.
NL really lit me up that first game, but I'm going to try to bring it back. And also, a really special note about the seed. So essentially, what we did originally was we created a league for myself and Ryan, and it did not progress the leg
Yeah,
of
the
the
league
of the
broke.
tour. So basically, the game broke. So that's the reason why you did not see a seed for the first one. But right now, we kind of reverted back to the old season one tropes where we're going to be just passing out the GeoGuessr seeds. So I'll be listing mine down below. I don't know if Ryan does that on his or not. But either way, we're back to old school now. So
Yeah,
until we figure out the whole league thing, we'll
but
get
with
that sorted.
new school
Yeah,
music this time from the YouTube audio library.
yeah, and I'm still using the FTL
Oh, it's a
soundtrack
great
because,
soundtrack.
well, I mean, no complaints there.
All right, you good?
I'm good.
A 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck. Have fun. Northern Line up 1-0.
It's true, and let me tell you, immediately I need to remind people this is the random GeoGuessr as opposed to the slightly curated stuff we had earlier in the last episode. So to be on a grainy dirt road in the middle of nowhere seems
We're back home.
it's nostalgia.
Yep. We already know we're in North America just because, well, you can see the power lines and the quality of the camera. 2019 Google, by the way, I was getting here.
I'm just happy
Watermarks
I'm
here.
not at a 45-degree angle.
I
That
don't know what could have possibly caused that.
I honestly think like they put the camera on at an angle, and then like while they were driving, didn't notice, and you know.
But it wasn't happening for me, though.
I think we
Oh.
were at different parts. That's my
Oh,
2
dude.
cents.
Keep going south.
Ooh,
You're out of hill.
yeah.
We're in the clear.
But like, where are we?
I mean, I'm going to give this one to you. I know that we're in North America.
I think it's probably the United States, but
Yes.
dude, there's a great metaphor for programming here. If you've ever did you see the stop sign that is completely rusted and decaying,
Yes.
and then they
Yes.
just put up a brand new one right next to it without
Yep.
taking down the old one?
Yep.
This is how I submit code to my professor when I get into a panic the night before it's due. If you dig deep enough, you can see the roots of the inadequacy.
So in other words, just take everything at face value and don't look too hard.
Well, yeah, it's hard to say, but like sometimes in programming, you'll like write an implementation, and
Okay.
it'll like 95% work, and then it sucks and completely does not work. And what you should do is remove it and cull it and remove all references to it from within the program. But sometimes you're like, just real find prime number method, and then you start calling that instead. So.
It's like how I save my all my Warframe.
Oh, in Photoshop?
skins and
Oh,
stuff,
yeah. Afterbirth
Photoshop
plus
too.
template, real, or recovered.
And then you have to have the one in parentheses and then
Yeah.
the two in parentheses in the next one. So, oh, this is the second time I've copied the second copy.
I think I have a region of the United States.
I'm gonna try to say this word, and I'm not sure what it means.
Hmm.
But it's churchy. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Is it Ephesus?
That's what I thought it was too. I'm assuming maybe it's, I mean, it's obviously a religious figure of some sort.
Yes. It's not the one that I'm familiar with, though. I think that most of the world is familiar with.
Yeah,
That one
yeah.
begins with a different letter.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The Jesus of
It-
the internet.
Yeah, which is essentially who Mouth is.
Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely. I'm going through the states now, and I'm like, because I saw a state, I think it's a state logo.
Okay.
Let me rephrase. I think it's the shape of the state,
Oh, I gotcha.
but I don't know. Is it
I
this one?
if it's the one that I currently reside in, that's the one that I'd be thinking.
Really? No, it does not. Cut me some slack. I know what Texas looks like. There's only 40 seconds left. Good God.
I got 18 seconds, so I'm picking blind here. You said it's a shape that Ryan doesn't immediately recognize. That helps a little bit. 3 seconds left. I'm gonna say somewhere over there. I should have probably put in the tri-state area, but oof.
Sinvicta, I got 800 points.
You got 809 points.
I had us in Arkansas, and then I said, that's not Arkansas, dude. That's freaking Oregon. And I looked at the state logos, and I was like, yeah. And I was like, I don't know if there's many Southern Baptists in Oregon, but I don't know, once you get out of the city, maybe. And then, lo and behold, Arkansas.
Well, I'm not going to critique your picks.
What did you end up with?
I ended up with 3290, which is not, again, not insurmountable.
It's a good score, though.
It's round one.
Yeah.
I got to give that one a 1 just because there's nothing to see. I mean, we had no freaking idea, but I would have never guessed the western part of the country because I mean that had South written all over it.
Oh, I know, but then the state, dude.
I'm glad that I didn't see the state that you saw.
Maybe it wasn't even the state. Because I was like looking, and I was like, it looks a little like Arkansas, but it looks a lot like Oregon.
What are you carrying over here?
Yeah.
What could that? Yeah.
I'll tell you, this looks like a tiffin lunch service.
There's a top level domain that is illegible to me.
Also, can we look at this driver? I can't be confident. No, okay, he's not. But at first, it did look like my man was driving and reading a novel simultaneously. It looks like one of his hands is holding an open novel, like a paperback. It's not the case. He's innocent.
I'm trying to get the angle that you're actually seeing this dude at. I guess just zoom in. Well, but I mean,
it's a long drive and it's a straight road. I'm not trying to tell him how to do his job, but you know.
I really hate that I can't see what that top level domain is. I think it's in the shape of this country's top level domain. Now, that could be incorrect, but things also point to that section of the world as well that I'm noticing.
You think yeah, okay. No, I think you're right. You talking about the NitNet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with your assessment, I think we're in that part of the world.
You down with OPPDAL me?
I'm not down with OPP. The song is a bad influence.
I don't even know what OPP stands for.
It's other people's property, Sinvicta. But in this case, it refers to deliberately sleeping with the significant other of somebody else.
Well, that's just not cool at all.
I'm starting to think that they are naughty by nature, to be honest. That's a naughty thing to. I mean, they're adults. Maybe they've talked it out, but the song doesn't seem to say that they talked it out.
Well, but I mean, it's you know me, so it's public knowledge. I mean,
I guess it's like at that point, if you became friends with him in spite of the fact that his reputation precedes him, I wouldn't say that it's your fault, but certainly some of the onus would pass to the offended in that case.
This map's a little sticky.
What do you mean by that?
It's like it's freezing every now and then for me. It might also just be my browser. Abdul Sportin.
Yeah, I believe that's probably the name of the town, is my guess.
Or okay, I'm not even gonna read this one. Was gonna go probably over a slight line there, so I'm just gonna let that one go.
Yeah, Abdul Sportin.
Oh, yeah, but read the one next to it.
The one next to it.
There's one beyond it.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, we go from spring to winter very quickly. If you haven't gone fully east yet.
I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole, Sinvicta. Well, you were absolutely right. I mean, the Turbassen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure of the country. I just don't know where.
Yeah.
I have no idea where.
Ah, crap.
I only have like I pulled a Northernlion. You're gonna be so mad. I pulled a Northernlion. I zoomed in to get a better location, and I was right on top of Opdal.
Yeah, there it
I
is.
was right in the middle of the map.
So stupid. I should have known it was near the Trollheimen Fjellomrad.
Dude,
but I was Knut Show.
Oops. The thing where I click on the map and then it's like, hey, here's Google Maps.
Yeah, would you like to book a trip to Opdal? I picked the northern portion of the country.
I can see that.
Where probably, like, I don't know, less than 100,000 people live. And
Norway's a freaking big country.
It's a large country.
Well, I had to give that 5 stars because, you know.
Well, I gave it a good score. I give it all. If I do bad on it, I give it a good score. Because I'm like, it's not your fault that I don't know where you are. Like,
no, it's totally their fault.
It's, you know, it's kind of ignorant of me to be like, I don't know where this is, so I don't like it.
No, we call this color peach back in Bermuda. This is the color of our school uniforms in the summer. I'm not even lying. And that's the reason why I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because they had the creamsicle outfits for the uniforms, and I was like, hey, that's kind of like our school uniforms, and they're pirates. I like that.
They wear gold pants, right?
No.
White pants?
White, yeah.
Okay. I thought the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, maybe I'm thinking of the 49ers. They wear golden pants. It's audacious.
It's gold, red, and white sometimes. Sullivan y Aspiran Caros por $30.
Ooh. Dude, I'll tell you, I like 100% know the country.
Yes.
In my Geoguessr experience, there was only one country. Well, there's only a few countries that paints the name of the store on the actual building instead of having a sign. It's not even meant as like a knock against the country. They might be, maybe it's a better way to do it.
I mean, it's an actual street sign.
Oh, and I think I found the city name, but it's small.
Okay. Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have turned around into the jungle, and which I have not now.
The jungle, huh?
Yeah. You can reach the outer regions here.
You can, in this place, you can go as far as you want to go.
As far as you're able to survive.
As far as your legs will take you. As far as I mean, I've never been here.
No.
But
probably never will visit this part of the world.
Really?
I think
now you got me confused.
Why? You think it's Mexico?
Yeah.
Sinvicta. I need to look at it. I need to look at the sign again. Hang on.
It's not because of what's written on the store, but the store was a tortilleria. It sold tortillas at the store, and the name of the store was spray painted on it. I was like, it screams this is Mexico to me.
Do you think it's Mexico though, or do you think it could be further south? Because Mexico is not the only Spanish-speaking country.
Well, while true, I'm telling you that in my experience, the graffiti sort of name on the building is like a Mexican giveaway.
Well, brother, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree.
You have lost it.
Maybe. I'm not.
Not to mention, I'm pretty sure there's a little advertisement here that's making fun of Americans. And if that was not Mexico, I mean, neighbors can make fun of neighbors. You know what I mean?
I got 30 seconds left, but I'm ready to make a guess if you are.
I think we're in freaking Mexico, dude. You can't stop me.
All right. I'll put it in Mexico. I'm making my guess. I'm glad I listened to you.
Dude, I'm telling you. People are going to be... I deliberately tried to get in front of it. It's not the fact that they were selling tortillas. Obviously, that is relevant information. But they eat tortillas in a lot of, North America and probably Central and South America. The exact style of the building was like Mexico 100 emoji.
If I could be honest with you, I was almost self-convincing myself that we were in northern Argentina.
Really?
Yeah.
I should have kept my mouth shut.
It's kind of, you should have. Well, but I mean, like I saw, like first I saw Del and I'm like, okay, it's Portuguese, but then I was like, actually, it's not Portuguese.
I heard it. I wasn't gonna say it, but I also like I know is ignorant, but I still really reliably have a hard time telling you which language is Portuguese and which language is Spanish just on sight alone.
It's the only thing that I know is that after all these years, we're still talking about this, by the way. It's that if you have the hook on the C, you got yourself Portuguese. I also I look for a stop sign because I'm like, you know, it's alto or something. Alto is stop in Portuguese. Pare is Portuguese, right? And alto is Spanish. But sometimes they just say stop. And then... Did I tell you the one time one of my real life best friends tricked me when I was learning how to drive? And it has to do with stop signs. And he was like, oh, dude, did they tell you about the border, the white border rule? I was like, no, what's that? He's like, dude, you don't have to stop for stop signs that have the white border on them. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, you don't know that? You never noticed that people do that? I was like, no, I didn't know that. I was like, cool. Well, 3 near misses later, he finally confessed and said, no, I was actually just joking. Because like I was that friend in our circle. Like I was totally gullible. I was like, oh, dude, yeah, this is a trusted friend of mine.
It's a pretty sweet trick because like if you got into a terrible accident and died, you would take the only witness to the prank with you. And as a result, he would get he would have to kill you in the hospital if you didn't die. But
by the way, for those of you who are not wise to it, every stop sign in North America has a white border.
Even then you should stop for all of them.
Thankfully, no one was hurt, but we did have one sort of angry person that was not too happy with me, and that's when he fessed up.
Dude, I think like an optional stop sign is like the scariest possible driving law.
Oh, dude, the worst roads are when you have a 2-way stop, but it's like an intersection.
And you creep out just a little bit, and then you're like, you creep out just a little bit more.
Or like if you're not expecting it, like if you weren't paying attention, because the natural reaction in our part of the world anyway is if you see an intersection, it's a 4-way stop. Like you think, everyone's just gonna stop. The worst feeling is when you start going and then you see a car coming and you realize, wait, they're not stopping, and then you realize, oh, they don't have a stop sign. I should probably not go any further.
Well, dude, first off, I've seen nothing.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
I think we're in this continent. It's always scary when you're getting that deep. But the thing that bothers me the most, and I don't think it's a Canadian thing, I think it's like a small town thing, but it happens in downtown Vancouver as well. 4-way stop, everybody knows. You stop and go in the order that you got there. If you get there third, you let the 2 people that got there before you go, then you go. But what ends up happening sometimes, you get these people that are like aggressively polite. They break the order by waving somebody else through, even though the other person is almost always just waiting for them to go.
Yeah, they break the ebb and flow, man. You can't do that.
I hate it. I'm like, your politeness is toxic. It's slowing everybody else down, which is not that big of a deal necessarily.
How often would you say that happens? And would you say it happens probably at a greater frequency than like anywhere else? In
Vancouver, it doesn't happen that often. In the town where I grew up, it probably happens once every 5 to 10 times if you get to a 4-way stop.
Dude, this guy is just loving life.
I saw him.
Yeah, he's just so happy that he sees something other than white sand everywhere.
He knows he's going somewhere that we will never see.
I mean, I have no idea. I'm just gonna say it's down here somewhere, but this is gonna be one of those just toss-ups. You were more right than me.
That's insane.
But that doesn't mean a whole lot.
Yeah, that's one. I hate to say, I'm gonna give that a 2. It's just there was nothing. I don't know what a 1 would be in my rating system there.
If you got double digits.
Yeah.
Which is what I got. I got 75.
Good God. But it's just like, I think people, they don't realize this. Like, the safest driving is like when everything's predictable, when you know what everyone
Yeah.
around you is going to do, because like there's behavioral, like rule sets you're supposed to follow. And as soon as one rogue element is like, actually, let's defy convention for my selfish politeness, how about you go first instead? I'm like, oh, it's going down. Why you think you're better than the rules? I don't understand.
The worst type of person is the person who waves you like forward, but like you're not ready to go for whatever reason, and then they honk you, like they get angry that you're not mad, accepting. Yeah, it's like, dude, it's not my turn to go.
Or they start to go a little bit because you waited too long, and then you are like, oh, they're waving me, so you start to go, so they stop, but then you're like, oh, they're going, so I stopped, and then they're like, what? It's just it's a whole lot of hassle for no reason, dude.
The easiest rule of law to follow in that situation is you just yield to the person on the right, unless if it was like, I mean, if you arrive at the same intersection at the same time as somebody, the person on the right goes
Well,
first.
let me ask you a question. Hypothetically, power's out in your town.
Yep.
You come to a traffic light. What do?
That's blinking red.
Let's just say it has no light whatsoever.
No light whatsoever. You stop. You just treat it like a stop sign, essentially.
Yeah.
If it's a 4-lane stop and there's there's 4 cars there, one going in each direction, then it's just to the person on the right, whoever moves first, and then it kind of collapses from there.
Precisely. One time the power went out in Vancouver, which is a city where, in my opinion, people don't know how to drive anyway, for the most part. And what ended up happening, and it was like the most nightmarish driving scenario I've ever had, is people just started, like, they treated it as if there was like an imaginary green light. So like once one person in your lane went, like 20 cars from your lane would go, and then eventually like car 21 is like, I don't know, it's been going on for a while, so then they'd stop, and then the other lane would go, and it sounds like it's working perfectly, but it was a total mess.
What do they teach in Canada for that? You're supposed to stop. It's a stop sign.
It's people here. I mean, everyone thinks they have bad drivers where they live, which is probably true, but like people here are like really bad. When I go back to my hometown, I'm like, dude, people drive like,
thank God.
They drive well and they drive nicely here. Like nobody like gets right up behind you and like is like trying to run you off the road, and people give you space, and I'm like, man, this is what it's supposed to be like.
I think I know the country, and it's gonna if I get this country right, it's gonna be, for you, it's gonna be the most maddening reason why ever.
Okay, yeah.
Have you seen the cows?
Okay, that is very maddening. Yes.
Have you seen the name of the cows?
Oh, I have not. No. What are they called? I mean, I know what country we're in. I think so.
Do you?
I think so.
It's a rather large country.
Mate.
As in, like, the biggest, like...
We're kind of like Canadians, but to Brits instead of English people.
Okay, so we're...
Instead of Americans, I mean. My mistake.
In Brazil. Yeah, so, like, that's the reason why... Oh, well, that also helps. I just found a sign that says Dungaree, but look... The Potawala Angus, specifically from this country. Although where this is, I have no freaking clue. So with Australia, it's just I hope I'm on the right side.
Yeah,
let's find out. Ooh, I was.
It's a good choice. I don't think I could have caught you once you got the country right anyway, but it's I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, I was pretty much lost from. Probably answer 2 onwards made it pretty tough.
Show full results here. So final total for game 2, Sinvicta 16,662. Northernlion at 10,967.
It is what it is, I'm very, very embarrassed by the Oregon-Arkansas confusion. And then
you tossed me a softball there with a Mexican guess because you talked me into it, but
yeah.
The Guatemalan guess. Was that still? It was actually still Mexico.
No, was it? I thought it was in Guatemala.
Yeah, it's still on. It's still.
Oh
Mexico.
Yeah, but like
it's close enough.
I mean, I guess it's even closer to Belize than Guatemala, but like.
Yeah.
You're right.
Well, good game. I'll take it. 1-1 feels good, man.
Yeah, it's a good game. Good to be tied up as always, and we'll see you soon with another episode. For now, if you enjoyed it, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Check out multiple people's perspectives. Their channels will be linked in the video description below, of course. And for now, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See you later.